There's our house. Way over there next to the road behind those trees is the septic mound of our house. And over there in those trees, 30 meters away, is the neighbor's septic field, which I don't think is a problem in the end. But if you go in here, this is the boggy part Barb and I were just talking about. It starts here. And it's not very deep. It's, if I dig out at it, I go down maybe a foot before it. That was almost more than a foot. Before it hits bedrock. So that was off the top of my boots here. But then you come across like this here is a rock that doesn't even budge when I step on it, and there's another one. And that's a big one, and this is a big one. And I think these two, this one, little bit of decay there. This one and this are all part of the same thing. This is a loose little one, and this is my draining apparatus. So you could turn all this into an open pond, but it would only be, if you're lucky, 2 feet deep. So we'll go past the draining mechanism. I showed you that working before. Carrying on, the first owners dug this channel, I'm pretty sure, or maybe it sort of formed when the house is up there. So I'm looking at the halfway up the basement with my eyeballs. So the house is on bedrock, and then they built this buffer around it of dirt to insulate it, I guess. And if we carry on down here, that's flowing because we've had a fair bit of rain lately, so it's still flowing, but it's only a little deep, right? And I've been clearing this out a little bit because I wanted to try and figure out what to do with it. So it goes along, and every once in a while it's clay, and sometimes it's gravel. So here it's not very deep at all, and then right there it's quite deep. But right around here, I think this is part of it, this big rock here. This is a rock. Starts here, solid rock. Nothing I can dig away at for a channel. It's a very little tiny channel. I'm still on the same rock. I'm still walking on the same rock until I get about here, and you can get out. So that was 10 meters. That rock is 10 meters long, and who knows how wide it is. These are the stairs up to the back of the house, and so if we carry on down this little channel that Claude and Jim, I think, dug, and that up there is the back deck. Carry on down this channel. It gets a little muddy there, so you could dig it out, that bog to drain more or less naturally. Little baby white pine over there. That thing is going to be a tree house for the kids, maybe. So it gets really swampy again over here. And I've cleaned this out once to help it flow, but it's just meandering through the trees, really. Carries on. And then right here it turns it. So that's the end of a deadfall. When we moved in here, that had fallen over. Apparently with a big windstorm they had in, I think they said 2013. So right there the creek went underground for a little while. And carries on, hardly any flow here. just kind of meandering along. Considering we've had nothing but rain really for the last 2 days, this isn't flowing that much, so that means it's kind of flat. Oh, you carry on, it does a corner turn here. So way back there is our house. We're approaching the northwest corner of our lot. So here's the creek. Creek goes along, very flat. It's moving, slowly draining down into Lake, what is that? Lake William, which is a kilometer that way, or more maybe. So here, when I walked in this kind of stuff before, I sunk up to the top of my boots, but when I'm down this far, it's only maybe 6 inches deep. But flowing okay. Burgle. And get down here. So this is just about the northwest corner of our lot. So I don't know if you can see it. See that orange flag there? That's the northern border of our lot, goes that way. And there's plans to, the people who own that land are going to clear cut and put down a high density housing complex, supposedly for old people, an adult community. So the community is all divided about whether that's a good idea or not. So this all can be fairly wet. So lots of mosquitoes here. So that orange flag there is the edge of our property, the corner, the northwest corner. And if you keep going down this way, eventually this joins up with some other stuff and turns into a pretty good little creek that goes into the lake. So you can see a cut line through the trees here. I'm walking along the northern edge of our land, and going up. You should be able to see that I'm going up. And up here it's very dry. Just kind of mossy, poor soil with lots of evergreens and stuff, and a bunch of mosquitoes trying to eat me, but also some big hardwoods. That's another white pine that's 100 years old. Lots of maples, the occasional hemlock or something like that. So yeah, that's a tour of the water flow through our land.